Rockdudes 23 is presented by Marshall Headphones and the new wireless model Major 2 Bluetooth. The classic Major 2 now cuts the cord and gives you the freedom and convenience of wireless headphone combined with over 50 years of tried and true Marshall performance. Seamlessly connect to your listening device with the latest in Bluetooth technology. Welcome to Rockdudes 23 and a new international episode. The guests this time are John Fred Young and Ben Wells from Kentucky-based hard rock band Blackstone Cherry. Blackstone Cherry was formed in 2001 in Edmonton, Kentucky, USA. They are a sonic hard rock band that have been played a lot of bandit rock radio here in Sweden. John Fred and Ben are the drummer and the lead guitarists. And these two rock dudes are real down-to-earth and nice guys. They will tell you the stories how the band started, how big inspiration John Farr's band, the Kentucky Headhunters, has been to them. They have been touring a lot during the years, and of course they will tell you several fun stories from the road. You can hear all of the stories in Rockdudes 23. In the end of the show, we will present the music top list. Together with John Fred and Ben, we will present 15 songs. You will find the list on our Spotify profile and homepage rockdudes.se. Enough talking from my side. Let's start the interview with John Fred and Ben. Welcome to Rockdudes and a new episode and an international one. And we are outside our studio for once.
Rockdudes on tour. We're actually at the venue Fryshuset interviewing a big band from the States.
Yeah,
which one?
Blackstone Cherry. And we have two guys from the band.
Yes.
Hi guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, good.
So you pumped for tonight?
Yes, it'll be a good show. We've been to Stockholm several times and done different things in Sweden. Played this venue before, so it should be a good show.
Feels like your second home, right? You've been there several times, like you said.
Yeah, several times. We've done stuff for the radio station, and we've done
Sweden Rock,
and
like just 4 or 5 times.
Played Gothenburg a few times. Stockholm,
Sticky Fingers.
So.
Sticky Fingers. Which one is better, Stockholm or Gothenburg?
I don't know. You're tricking us there. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. No, there's it's always fun meeting, fans from all over the place. Sticky Fingers was cool. It's been a while since we played Gothenburg, though.
Yeah. If I read it right, you were in Sweden around 2008 or 9, something like that.
First time we ever played outside North America was Stockholm, was this club. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Klubben. Yeah.
Klubben.
Yeah, so
it's actually a youth place, but I think you figured it out. Yeah, it's a school and everything, and musicians as well here playing.
A lot of studios that they can just rehearse and.
Yeah, I heard that today. It's kind of like a rock school, right?
Yeah, kind of,
like the Jack Black type thing, right?
Yeah, it's a good place.
Yeah, so I think it's both sports and music actually. So they have a lot of
cool.
Basketball and other stuff. So we get back a little from the beginning. We often start with that in the interview. So when did Blackstone Cherry?
It's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
We actually have that band before.
We just talked about it before. Yeah.
Regarding what? Regarding another name?
Yeah.
Funny enough. Yeah, but it's an interesting name, Blackstone Cherry. I mean,
we got it from a brand of cigars. There's a company in America called Blackstone. They have different flavors, and we had a box of the cherry ones when we first started. We thought it was cool to smoke these cigars while we were at practice, and we tossed around a bunch of different names, and nothing was really knocking anybody out. And then one night we were looking at the cigar box, and we thought Blackstone Cherry would be a cool name. So we called Chris and John and said, "Hey, I think we got a band name." And they were like, "Yeah, we like it." So it just stuck, and we made sure there weren't any kind of legal copyrights because of the cigar company. But
sure,
no, it's all good, and we just thought it was a cool name,
So you got cigars on the ride as well, like Cuban cigars?
We've had fans send them to us before, and ask us to sign the boxes, and they smell really good. They smell, like cherry tobacco, but. We just thought it was cool.
Big smokers in the band, or you quit, or
Chris and John are the cigarette guys.
Oh, wow.
They smoke them now. But when we first started, we were all sneaking around smoking, and we thought it was just the coolest thing,
Expensive habit.
Then you grow up and become an adult and figure out you can't smoke cigarettes. So.
And then what? Something else? Oh, no, we're not going to talk about that.
You just want to live, you want to hang out for a while.
So you're grown up in Kentucky, right?
Right.
Yeah. So how was that?
Man, we're from a small town. Probably the town that Chris and John and I live in, probably 5,000 people live there. The town Ben lives in next to us probably has 20,000 maybe.
Yeah.
So the thing to do was play music because, you didn't really have anything else to do. And we were fortunate enough to grow up. My dad and uncle are in a band from the States called the Kentucky Headhunters, and had this old farmhouse and on our farm, and they grew up playing rock and roll in the 60s and 70s. So when we put our band together, they let us practice down there, and it kept us out of trouble, kind of in trouble, We would just every single day after school we were there practicing, and playing music. And on the weekends, that's where we were, and it's still that's the house on the cover of our new CD, Kentucky, which comes out April 1st. No joke. But no, it's that's what we did growing up in Kentucky.
We all still live there, so
Yeah.
it's not like a place that we were.
Grown up and
Yeah, we grew up.
away.
We love it. We're proud to be from the state, and we love just the small town atmosphere and life. That's just what we know, It's fun to go around and tour all these big cities and all these different countries and stuff. But at heart, we're just simple, small town
Simple
guys.
Southern Kentucky.
Kentucky
Yes,
boys.
that's right.
Is it kind of musician town though? Besides yourself, I mean.
There's lots of great musicians in the area, and lots of different types of bands coming out. All kinds of different music. And what's cool is on the new album, we had some outside musicians come in, and we had a couple guys do some horns, a guy play the organ, we had some strings and some female background vocals, and they were all musicians from
From our area.
30 to 50 miles from where we live. So it's really cool that we could incorporate them on the album just to showcase that there's so much talent. And we're really close to Nashville, which is like the new Los Angeles as far as the music industry is concerned. And it's just a hotbed, so it's really cool to be from there. And there's been lots of young bands that have started since we've kind of broken out. So it's cool to, hopefully kind of inspire that movement, and young kids that are in high school and form bands and think, well, shoot, we can do this,
Yeah.
So it feels really cool.
Those four knuckleheads can do it. We can do it.
But you will say you're like the biggest band coming up from Kentucky, right?
Well, us and the Kentucky Headhunters probably, but then you got, the group Exile, and then there's so much like bluegrass music.
Yeah.
Bluegrass and roots music has been hugely popular, with Sam Bush and, of course, the Everly Brothers from Kentucky. Lots of great music has come out of the state, Yeah. Lots of
Billy
great
Ray
music.
Cyrus was from Kentucky.
Billy Ray. So,
Like that.
but as far as rock bands, like hard rock bands, I think we're probably.
we're it.
I think we're it.
That's kind of impressive though, like going your own path and doing everything and coming back on this album, the title Kentucky, giving something back to basically the community, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty proud of where we're from. And this record too, actually, it was the first time that we had actually got to really just be ourselves and not work with a producer. We had to switch from the previous label we were on, record label. We parted ways, and so what happened was we spent a whole year of just writing, and then I think sometime maybe in maybe June, maybe late May, early June, we met the owner Ed from Mascot Records, and it was really nice. Got to speak with him and about his company, and it's been great because they're doing everything that they can to help us promote the band, but not have any. They're allowing us to be who we are, and have full creative control of the music composition and the artistic image that we want, and it's really cool. It's nice, for the first time to not have to have somebody kind of breathing down your neck, going, you need to cut that
Deadlines
solo
and stuff like that.
Well,
yeah.
we got
Or just-
deadlines, but you don't have somebody going, do it like this,
or you need to sound
do it
like this band.
Oh, A&R rep saying that,
Yeah.
well, we need to have a different song here.
Airplanes and restaurants.
They just they let us do our own thing.
Which is good.
Awesome. Very cool.
Well,
So we're
but,
happy.
we heard that you switch over to Muscat, which is a Dutch label from the beginning, which is funny, being Roadrunner from the past in the US and everything. So, but it's a good step, I think. People are,
absolutely, yeah.
It's cool because they have different artists and they market bands in different ways than
Very unique
than
ways.
the traditional format of, most big labels think radio,
And that's it.
and that's it, But radio or television, and Mascot
Hell, they didn't even
is-
think television.
yeah. Mascot is going, and we're doing new interviews with new
Yeah.
people and doing different things, and it's just a grassroots way of spreading the band, which is the way we started. So for us, a band like us that isn't a radio band, we're a live band and we're a lifestyle band, and that really works for us. And their roster of artists proves to show that it's been successful. So it's a good home for us.
Did you know about the label beforehand? The bands they had?
Yeah, of course, we've been fans of Joe Bonamassa and, of course, Government Mule, and they got Black Label Society, and
They did the first 3 Volbeat
Volbeat,
records, and
there's been there's been artists that they've done that we've just now kind of
Monster
listened to
Truck.
as well. Now they have Monster Truck, and this is not up and coming, but this popular singer Beth Hart that's just really starting to blow up in Europe right now, and
it's an American band called Shaman's Harvest that are
So-
really great.
they're branching out, so it's really cool.
So it's nice. It's like a small family then.
Oh yeah,
They're in it together, pretty much.
very much, yeah.
That's cool.
We get back to the new album, actually. So you will release that the 1st of April, and
Yes.
it's named Kentucky as the city and the state. So what's the theme of the album, because you named it Kentucky?
It's not really a concept about Kentucky. We called it that because it's our 5th album, and we recorded it at home where we did our first album. And with all the musicians that I was mentioning earlier, it just kind of made sense coming back around full circle.
We were running out of album titles. It kind of fell in our lap.
Yeah, and our manager actually brought it up to us. He's like, "Have y'all thought about just calling it Kentucky?" And we're like,
He was joking, by the way. He was like,
and it hit us, and it was like right there in front of our face the whole time. We're like, of course we should call it Kentucky. It just makes sense. And it's really cool too because it's, like I said, we're proud to be from there, and it does just encompass the whole making of and the new line, the new path we're on with the new label. It's kind of like a fresh rebirth in a way, and but lyrically it covers lots of different things. I mean, with each album we take things that we've experienced personally or as a band, or things that we've seen other people go through, and we write about those, or we just have fun songs too, like Cheaper to Drink Alone and Soul Machine. They're just like, just fun rock songs. But there's some of the darker, heavy songs, but what's cool about all of our darker stuff, it's never like a dark song and leaves you on like a dark note thinking, man, this is weird. What are they talking about here?
Yeah, there's always a positive.
There's always
uplifting.
There's always a light at the end of every dark tunnel that we have to write about, So it's stuff that we have related to, and hopefully other people can relate to as well.
You metal, bro.
Yeah.
Have you been played the songs during this tour?
Yeah, we've been playing a song called In Our Dreams, which is the first single, and then also a song called The Rambler, which Chris and Ben go out and do acoustically, and it's really cool that excuse me, that song was actually co-written with a great friend of ours called Jason Todd, by the name of Jason Todd. He was the original guitarist in the band Shinedown, and we met Jason years and years ago from when Shinedown first came out, and got to know Jason. He helped us get our first demos kind of pushed along to our now manager, and it was really cool, like to like 10 years later, he was out with a band in America, and we were touring, and comes up on the bus one night, and he's like, he's had a few, and he's like, man, I gotta play y'all this song. He's like, I don't have it all together. It's not all finished, but he's like, I think y'all could cut it. And I was sitting there. I was the only person on there. I was like, okay, let's hear it, man. And he starts playing it, and from the get-go, man, I was just like, I started listening to some of the lyrics he had, and I got a knot in my throat. I was like, he got done. I was like, man, hang on. So I went outside, and like one or two. He played his song probably 15 times for us, and it was great, man. Like seriously, we all knew sitting there on a bus. We were like, man, we got to do this song, you know. And we asked him, we were like, can we change some stuff around? You know, can we make the lyrics, you know, adaptable? He's like, man, y'all do whatever you want to. So we wrote a bridge and wrote some of the changed some stuff around. It was great though. Yeah. It really worked out.
Good.
That's really cool.
Thinking about touring wise, we got in the nightlines we saw outside. 2 of those big trucks.
Oh yeah.
One for the support band and one for you guys. Or
it's a group called Shotgun Revolution. It's on these Scandinavian dates with us. And then,
they're from Denmark.
Did you handpick them or?
Man, actually, their guitar player Martin came down. Gosh, was it last year now?
Yeah, it was back in the fall. Their first single right now that they're promoting is a song that we wrote.
Yeah.
Oh wow, really?
The 4 of us and their guitar player Martin. He came in. He wanted to write a song with us, and we wrote it. And lo and behold, they recorded it. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, they're great guys. Really good band, and
having fun. We got
they've just been on the past few shows, and they've got tonight and then 2 more with us, and then we've been over since the middle of January doing press, and then of course all through the UK, and then several mainland Europe dates. So it's been a really good tour, just playing new stuff and promoting the album, and getting to see some fans, you know, and it's been exciting because we're seeing lots of people coming out, and the album's not even out yet.
Right.
know?
Yeah.
So it's normally we wouldn't even be here this early, but the UK tour was already in place, so we wanted to put these dates with it, and it's good to kind of get in front of people's minds again and let them know we got an album coming. And
we thought it was a little too early to play, you know, before the album came out, but like Ben said, with Carnival, and then, you know, April 1st will be here tomorrow. I mean,
it's almost March.
Time flies, so it's kind of probably the best thing we could have done, but
how has the fans reacted to the singles though on the new album? I mean, are they singing along, even though they're fresh? I mean, and everything.
Yeah, it always takes a minute for like new songs that they can't listen to all the time. You know? Unless they download it on iTunes or something. But I mean, they're loving it, you know. And of course, we're only just doing 2 live, and the ones we're doing, I mean, they're rocking out to them, which is all we can ask for at this point, you know.
Do you have the feel that you have been bigger and bigger here in Sweden or Scandinavia?
Yeah, I think we're growing.
Fans-wise.
Yeah, it's a place. It's hard. You know, we don't get here every single tour. It's not, you know, like for us when we go to mainland, we can do Germany and Switzerland and Austria and places like that. You know what I mean? But for some reason, we don't get to Scandinavia every time we come over. You know, it's hard to get to every place.
Yeah.
You know? We've got people in Ireland saying, "Why don't you come here?" And a lot of people just don't understand the logistics of and the expenses of going
people
to different places. They think we just get on a bus and go where we want to go, you know. But I think, we can definitely feel it. Like last night, we were in Norway, and it was a sold-out show, and we played in a city in Denmark we had never played before.
Our house,
and it was a great turnout. So we can definitely feel that we're going to some new places, and lots of people are coming out, you know. And we've done Sweden Rock several times, so.
About 5, right? First time we ever did was 08, right?
Yeah, maybe, at least 3 times.
Yeah.
Could be a house band for Sweden Rock for now, right? We kind of like you, though. That kind of music fits their style.
It's a cool festival.
It does.
There's a lot of old bands from they're like
classic rock
bands you've never heard of. Well, heard of them, but they've never even plays here in Sweden, so it's a good festival.
It's funny, man. My dad's band, the Kentucky Headhunters, they've never been to Europe, never been to Scandinavia, never been outside of North America. And you're talking about dudes that like changed the way country music pretty much developed. You know, they were the first rock band in the late 80s, early 90s to ever go down and play rock music. And it's funny because I was talking to a guy last year, and he's like, "Man, I love your dad's band." And he books bands, and I was like, "Yeah, man." I was like, I wanted to get them to Europe and, you know, Scandinavia and England for so long. And he's like, "Well, let's do it." And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." So we started talking. Sure enough, they're playing Sweden Rock this year. So it's funny because a lot of those fans, man, really appreciate music that isn't the most popular thing in the world, you know, at the moment. And I think that's too, like, that's what we do too, man. We're not like the popular band, you know. We're a rock and roll band that plays, you know, dirty rock and roll, and it's nice to be able to have fans that love like musicianship and you know, playing, and not just the you know, there by the minute fans, because that's what I was telling my dad and my uncle and everybody in the Headhunters, I was like, dude, you can go and play for people who, you've never played here, but you're gonna have people love your music. So it's very cool. So that's a very cool festival, and it's a great part of the world to be a musician and not be, Miley Cyrus or Kanye, and have a career,
Did you ever believe that you would have a career out of your music from the early stuff, from the beginning, I mean?
We hope so.
Of course, you have thought about it, but I mean, now after several albums, and now we're sitting in a small room somewhere in Stockholm thinking about, fuck, yeah, it's going to be a big show tonight as well. And
Yeah. It's kind of...
It's something we don't take for granted, because we still get excited when we see ourselves in magazines or newspapers and stuff like that, like I said, when we first started, we knew this is what we wanted to do. But even when you still go and do it, I don't think it really sets in until after it's all said and done, after you get off tour, and then you kind of decompress and you go and you look back, maybe you see photos and comments online, and you're like, shoot, that was such a whirlwind. And then you're sitting at home or you're going to the local grocery store and you're like, man, we were just playing, last week in a different country to people that don't even speak the same language, to our music. So I think that's really when it starts to set in. You go, wow, it's pretty incredible.
You feeling restless when coming home after the tour and everything? Feeling restless, I mean?
Restless?
We're down to the last 3 shows now, and we've been out for about 6 weeks. So yeah, you get
it's a long stretch.
Yeah, it's a long stretch. So you get to, you want to try to, take some recoupment time.
Yeah,
and just kind of decompress and, and then recharge so you can go back out fresh-faced and get back out there and keep rocking, But it's been a really great tour for us, It's been perfect setup, for when we go home and we release a new album, we can say, okay, well, we did our job.
Yeah.
And we did all we could do, And it's good to do it. I mean, it's what we do,
What will be the next step after you come home from Europe?
Change diapers.
Get back to normal life.
Get back to normalcy, yeah.
We got all of March off, and then start back touring again in April.
Yeah.
April through May, and then...
Us and Volbeat are going out in the States.
Oh, wow,
okay.
that's a good package.
That'd be
for
cool.
sure.
So excited, yeah.
We toured with them before?
Yeah, Monster Truck
Monster
will be on
Truck's
that.
on
Oh,
there too
okay.
with us, so...
Yeah.
And
It's
then
cool.
we'll go out with a group called Buck Cherry in May, and then we'll go to Australia in June, and then we'll do a big U.S. tour in July and August, some more touring in the fall, and then back over to the UK at the end of the year.
And the places you haven't been yet on this upcoming tour, I mean? Australia, been there before?
Never been to Australia.
Okay.
As far as the U.S. goes, we're going back out to the West Coast, which is
cool.
You don't get out there very often because, again, it's kind of like different places in Europe. It's not just easy to get on a bus and go there.
Logistically, I mean, you have to plan dates to play on the way out.
Because we're from Kentucky,
play on
too.
the way.
Yeah.
So from a band from over there, it would be easy. But from us, we're traveling all the way across the United States.
A lot easier for us to go to New York than it is all the way to LA.
Sure.
So that'll be good for us to get back out there and
would you say that you tour more on the East Coast than the West Coast, or and that you're more popular on the East Coast because of your front?
No, we're popular. We're big in Japan. We're popular on the West Coast. It's just that we tend to play the Midwest United States like so much, and
Midwest and South.
That's
where the majority of rock bands tour. Because rock is hard out on the West Coast too.
It is.
Still. It's just a little different out there. So most bands in the heart of America, the people that still come out to a lot of concerts that aren't jaded,
the heartland.
It's in the Midwest, in the Northeast, in the South. So it's easy. But yeah, we're starting to branch out and do some stuff out there, which will be really good.
Coming back to Australia though, that should be insane, right? I mean, it should be hot as hell,
first
right?
time. And,
First time ever, yeah.
People seem to be really excited about it. We're doing 5 shows. And we've got a lot of fans online that are just so excited, and we are too. I mean,
we're really tickled to death.
It's going to be great.
Maybe surf a little bit as well. Yeah.
It'll be in their winter time.
Oh fuck! Sorry.
But even if it was in their summertime, everything in that ocean will guarantee kill you. But no, it would be awesome to get out in that water and all those beautiful pictures you see from Australia, and just to.
I'd hate not to get out there. I think the north is where like Irukandji is. I think you're just dealing with sharks in the south, right? Yeah. So.
What do you guys do to rewind though? Outside the music, I mean.
Get drunk.
Pretty much, cigars and getting drunk.
Or
it's all about the music, pretty much.
Well, I mean, music. I mean, everybody has different things. You know, the other three guys have kids. My wife and I don't have any children yet, but we have a dog that might as well be our child. So you have the things that you do when you're at home, but music is just
kind of breathe it every day.
What you do. I couldn't imagine going a day and not playing a guitar at my house. I mean, I've got them sitting up everywhere just because. I have to play guitar. I can't just put it down for a month. It's just what part of who you are, and it'd be like John Fred not beating on something. It's inside of your soul.
It is. It's in your blood, dude.
Yeah. So but besides that, like we live in a small place too, so it's not like we totally just disappear from one another. We might run into each other at a gas station. And that's what's kept us close knit.
Now it's time for Rockdudes 23's music top list. In the music top list we will present 15 songs divided into 1/3 each. Our guests John, Fred and Ben will start with their 5 songs, and then me and Ömer will tell our 5 songs. The music top list will be published on our Spotify profile and homepage rockdudes.se.
Well, we got to do one of our songs.
Sure.
What are we doing here if we're not doing that? I mean,
we'll do "In Our Dreams."
Yeah,
because it's the new single, and it's a cool song for us because we wrote that in 2010. And we wanted it to be on our past 2 albums for whatever reason. Not our decision, but it wasn't.
The last record label.
Now it is. So it's a really super heavy song. It's got a great video out there right now. So definitely put that. Good. I'd say the Headhunters because they're getting ready to come over.
Yeah,
the Kentucky Headhunters. You can pick the song.
What's the heaviest one?
Wishing Well?
Yeah. I mean, you'll have to dig for a minute, but there's a song called Wishing Well by the Kentucky Headhunters.
They're playing, like you said, they're playing Sweden Rock this summer.
This year. So that's really cool. We're really proud, and I can't wait for them to get over here and see the culture and play that festival, and hopefully do some more shows, maybe along with that, some headline shows while they're here. But yeah, man, they're big influences to us, and they, we probably, we wouldn't have done what we've been doing if it hadn't been for them. So gotta give it up to them.
Let's do Aerosmith.
Yeah.
And we'll do Toys in the Attic.
Yeah, well, that's a good one.
Toys in the Attic. One of the greatest albums and
one of the greatest bands in the world.
Excellent riff. It doesn't need a lot of explanation. I mean, anything by Aerosmith is golden in my book.
Number 4.
We can do The Ocean by Led Zeppelin.
Gotta have some Zepp in there.
We were just talking about Australia. You guys got me in the ocean vibe. I'm vibing out. Do a Bob Marley track. Do it.
Okay. I mean, it's hard to pick. He has so many excellent songs. But I guess 3 Little Birds.
Yeah, man. 3 Little Birds.
3 Little Birds.
Now it's time for Ömer's 5 songs.
I had the honor to work with one of the bands on our label, Rockdudes, with the song Berserkergång, and they're on a successful tour in Sweden, 15 dates. And a week ago, they actually entered the charts in Sweden. First as number 1 on the vinyl charts, as well as the first one on the hard rock charts, and overall album charts number 3. So we're really proud, and this is the song Berserkergång with Rockdudes.
And the next song will be?
The next song is a band that I wish I was working with. It's a Swedish band. It's Ghost. And the song is He Is from the Meloria album. This is actually the only Swedish band who has won both Grammys in Sweden and in USA.
Yes, and the third song will be?
A little bit late, as usual. I'm a big fan nowadays of with Tribulation. It's a Swedish band with the song Melancholia from their EP that was released in January. Remixes and demos. So check them out. Really good band.
And the 4th song?
Yeah, well, this will be a bit surprised because it's a black metal band. Go figure. But yeah, it's a band called Lucifer's Son with the single Psalm 111 or 111. It's the 3rd single. It's kind of like Swedish black church metal. Different. I like it, so check it out.
And what will be your last song?
It's a bit tragical how I discovered this band. It's a UK British band, Viola Beach, with the song Boys That Sing from their EP, Boys That Sing and Like a Fool. This band was in a car accident in Norrköping, outside of Norrköping, on a festival a couple of months ago, and all of them died during a bridge open. So there was a lot of media coverage regarding this band, and the music is kind of the Cooks' early Arctic Monkeys. I really want people to give it a try, even though it's not metal, but it's really good, and I want to honor this band with playing their music on the pod. So here is Jonas' top 5, and the first one is an American band.
Yeah, it's the band Weezer, the American alternative rock band that were really big in the 90s. I really listened to them a lot in the mid 90s. And they have released a self-titled album. The first single is the LA Girls. It's the 3 chords rock song in a low mid-tempo with a simple melody. It's a simply Weezer song, so listen.
The second song, The Girl Is Back. Never seen her live, but she's on a tour in Europe specifically, and it's a lot of gigs, even here in Sweden for her, festival-wise.
Yeah, it's PJ Harvey, and she will release this new album in the 15th of April, so it's more or less 1 month from this recording. And it's a pretty remarkable album when it comes to recording. She actually started the recording in a custom-built studio in the front of a live audience. Many of the lyrics is political charged, but this time it's more globally focused, so tune in this song, The Wheel.
Seems that you only have American bands on your list, and same goes for number 3, right?
Yeah, it's the band Mogwai. It's a post-rock band that's really into instrumental music. This song either has the atmospheric sound, the bass and the guitar is in the foundation, and then they add several different melodic sounds around that. Kind of a meditative feel, quite depressing actually. The album will be released the 1st of April, so tune in either.
And the 4th song, the band is, I'm a big fan of them for sure, and go figure, another American band.
Deftones. Their sound is in this track is really experimental. It's a combination of post-rock and post-metal. It's pretty dark and depressive with a lot of emotions song-wise. Their new album, Gore, will be released the 8th of April, so listen to Prayers.
And to sum things up, we actually have one song from the band itself.
Yes, I had to bring one of the new songs from the new album, Kentucky. They have released 3 singles, and one of them is The Rambler. This one is a low-tempo acoustic track, a real nice tune that feels like a country song that is about how hard it is to have relations in a good shape with the people from your hometown when you always are on the road. So turn up the volume and enjoy.
Yeah, guys, it was a pleasure having you guys, and
Thank you.
looking forward to the gig tonight.
Thank you
Thanks
very
for
much.
having us. Absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to Rockdudes 23, where our guests John Fred Young and Ben Wells from Blackstone Cherry did tell us all about their experiences and all the stories about touring and more. The music top list that was in the end of the episode will be published through our Spotify profile and homepage rockdudes.se. Don't forget to follow us on our social media network as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube and Twitter. Search for Rockdudes Podden. Please write some comments about this episode, what you're thinking about this podcast, and which guest you want to be in our future episodes of Rockdudes. We will of course thank our sponsor, Marshall Headphones. The jingle was recorded by Jonas Hermansson, Peter Månsson and Mia Coldheart from Crucify Barbara. The interview was recorded by Jonas Löv and was edited by Endigo. Next episode, Rockdudes 24, will be published the 8th of April. Until then, rock on.